Hi guys, I'm Joseph Booster, Investment Council Advanced Director, and I'm here to teach you about the features of Investagrams. Alright, so you log in, you see this is the homepage of Investagrams. You wonder, hey, where's that fancy charting tool that everyone says is so amazing, right? So all you have to do is look up here to the top right. You see this right here, and all you have to do is click this Rubik's Cube and click chart, right? So here is the charting tool of Investagrams, right? Let's just full screen it so everyone can see. All right. So before I start with any technical analysis, basic technical analysis, let's showcase the features of Investagrams, right? So here you can see this is the name of the company, or in this case the index, Philippine Stock Exchange Index, right? And this here is the stock ticker. All right. Here down below shows you the months, the time period, and here on the right hand side shows you the prices. On the left hand tool, it shows you the various drawing tools that you'll be able to use. Below the months that you see here, you can also see set periods. You can show it for as short as 1 week, right? Or to as long as a year. Up here at the top, here is the box you see wherein you enter the ticker of the company that you're looking for, or the index, right? So let's say you want to look at BDO, easiest ticker ever. Just type in BDO, right? Click enter, and there, the stock chart of BDO shows up. To its right is the time feature. You can choose for how long you want to see it. It can be as short as 5 minutes, as you see here, or even until months, right? 1 month, 1 day, right? Here you can see the bar style. Now these candlesticks, right? Some people are more old-fashioned. They might prefer bars or the OHLC, right? Or maybe some of you want a line. You can have that too. Maybe even an area, right? So you can see how it goes up, right? But I guess you're wondering, how do you change the colors? Like, let's say, oh, I don't want it to be green. I want it to be black. Then you just click here, chart properties. It's the gear up here in the top left. Click it. You'll be able to change the style, the colors of the candles, the colors of the wicks, even the borders you can change, right? You can change the scales. Generally, I just like to keep it on logarithmic, right? So each price movement is correctly reflected, right? You can also change the background. You can make it black, right? If you prefer that sort of aesthetic, right? You can even change the text, make it bigger, make it smaller, right? Up to you. To its right, here, it's the indicators. This is where you pick all the indicators that you need, right? Here you can see the average directional index, or the ADI. You can check the uh, relative strength index, RSI, the MACD. It's here. The Bollinger Bands if you want them, stochastics, right? Everything that you want is here, or anything that you would consider is right there. Then afterwards over here, you can compare actually. Like let's say you see PSEI, you see this is BDO, right? Let's say you want to compare it PSEI to be able to compare the strength of the stock versus the index. You can even compare it to other stocks, right? Let's say you want to compare it to, so you want to compare it to Ali. You can do that too, right? Just make sure you change the colors. Now here on before we continue, let me just show you this. You can actually load chart layouts, right? Here, for example, this is my base. This is the base. This is what you'd see, right? So going back to my point, you, for the indicators, right? Or rather for the compare and add symbols, when you're comparing, tip, try and make try and make the line, like for example this, distinguishable. Change the color, right? Make it distinct. Anyways, moving on. Here, undo, you can add it back, right? Basic stuff. Here, for those of you who are familiar with supports and resistances, this is the easiest way to get an idea of what the support and resistance. Let's go back to the PSEI of what the support and resistance of a stock is. They're called pivot points, and the software automatically calculates for you. If you click this SNR button, right? You just add it right there, and it's there for your convenience. Now, obviously, these may not suit your tool. This may not suit your trading style, so just use them with not necessarily with caution, but know what you're getting when you use them. All right. Here, if you want to share a picture of this of the chart that you're making, right? Let's say you drew a bunch of lines and everything, and you want to share it to your group. All you have to do is click this camera here in the top right, take an instant snapshot, and you'll be able to send it, right? You'll need to screenshot the page, then crop it out, and then it's so long. All you have to do is click this, and it'll automatically send the picture, right? And like what I mentioned earlier, you can load chart layouts, right? Like for example, this is my default, right? As you can see, there's my indicators over here, my moving averages, right? You can also save them, obviously, right? And here, the full screen button. Personally, when trading, it's so hard to chart on a small one. Like imagine if like this is all you saw, right? That's terrible, absolutely terrible. It's so difficult, right? So as much as possible, try to full screen it if you can, right? So now that we're done with the top bar, let's move to the sidebar, right? Here is your general everyday tool. You can move it around, pull the chart, drag it this way, drag it that way, right? You can also actually zoom it in like what I've been doing using your mouse wheel. You just flick it up if you want to zoom in, flick it down if you want to zoom out, right? And here, for those of you who will be drawing trend lines, right? Let's look at Ali, for example. Easiest chart to draw trend lines on, right? Oops, you see this here? You can draw a trend line like that, easy peasy, no problem. You change the color, right? Let's say it's VLL. Ooh, painful. You want to draw resistance, right? Change the color, make it red, so it looks like a resistance, right? You can hide it, right? But generally, better than hiding it, you just want to delete it off so you don't think about it, right? You can actually draw um, supports and resistances like lines, like here. You can use horizontal lines, resistances, and then other one for support, make it green, right? Other important thing here to use is uh, the vertical line. You can set candles, like for example, you want to show that this particular area is of importance, right? Let's say you want to draw a box. You see the PSEI, you want to draw a box. You go over here, you go over here, down here. Click this brush. There's this rectangle. Let's draw a rectangle, right? There. You can actually draw other shapes. You can draw a triangle, right? For those wedges, you can draw an ellipse, right? All sorts of shapes. If you're fond of Fibonacci, Let's say from here.